a lot's being stated nationally about Davis Igbinosun and the expectation that he will really make an impact on this defense. You guys obviously have only seen a limited portion of time. You can only watch so much and watch 100 players at the same time. But anything there that's stood out to you in regards to seeing that, okay, yeah, this guy stands out. He could be an impact.
Sorry, turn it off mute. He's looks different than a lot of corners that I've seen before. I mean, he's just a big body out there. I mean, and it's not a big body who's miscast and just being asked to play a position that doesn't fit him. I mean, he seems to be really good at what it is that he does. Now, is he, do you need to sit there and say that he's like the leader of the secondary room? No. I mean, he's only been in the system for a couple months, and, you just have to kind of go with it. But I think that there's a lot of reason to be very optimistic about what he can be. And I think the biggest thing is that this is not one of these 1-year rental type of transfers. He's going to be in the program for a few years. So I think he's somebody that you can sit there and, what you get from 23 is going to be very significant. But I think what his impact is going to be in 24 is going to be that much more as some other guys move on, as they get to the end of their eligibility or get to have to make some decisions about what they want to do at the draft. But I've liked what I've seen out of Davison so far. I mean, is it all perfect? No, but I can't go out and say that anybody that I've seen in any of the practices ever, hit 1,000. That's just not the case. That's not the way that it works. But he has a different look to him than a lot of guys that we've seen, and you kind of just wonder how Ohio State didn't get in on him really more the first time around, because that's what I want my cornerback to look like.
I don't know if you guys can hear me. I keep getting frozen, but yeah, Davison is different than anybody else they have. He's 6'2", he's long, he's strong, he's tough. I'm really interested to see how they use all three of those guys, and I think a rotation would be perfect. If they don't need to rotate and they could play them all three in enough scenarios, that's great. But remember, if you got three corners out there, there's a chance that Sonny Styles isn't out there. So I thought you wanted Sonny Styles out there. If you got a third cornerback out there, there's no opportunity for CJ Hicks to maybe get in there. And I know you guys want CJ Hicks. So there's a lot of pieces that they'll be putting together. In terms of Drowsy Dragon, the top 15 defense is realistic this season. In terms of total defense, they were number 14 last year. So, and they would have been top 10 except for those last two games. And so that's how good they were for a large portion of the season, that those two games only dropped them to like 14th in the nation in total defense. So a top 10 should be realistic if we're only talking about moving up 4 spots, but it can't be top 5 for 11 games and then top 50 for the final 2 or whatever. It needs to be
bottom 50,
top 10 all season long. Yeah, exactly.
You have 535 yards, you're bottom 50, 42 points.